All right, we're live.
March?
We're live. It's a brand new regime, baby. Woo!
What are you wafting? What happened over there?
This is my excitement right now.
Oh, I thought maybe you burnt some toast or ripped some ass. Couldn't tell what was going on.
Nah, we're good. We got a good crew here today. We'll give her a minute
yeah.
before we really dive balls deep into it, but lots to talk about. Obviously, lots to talk about.
Well, obviously our brand shiny new GM Cam, as we're calling him here, the One Bar Lepicus show.
Everybody's
Love it.
calling him Cam.
I think I was first on that one.
It was there yesterday.
I tweeted it. Everybody's following me.
All right, fine. I'll let you have this. But
thank you. So it's exciting. Now you start the head coach search. You get that. I mean, you start the search, but you really start honing in now. Who is Questy's guy going to be? A lot of good options out there, and it's an exciting time.
It is an exciting time. Very exciting. Love it or hate it. It is change, so it's definitely something to get excited about. I did see. I got to make sure we're getting this right. Give me a second here while we're waiting for fellow Vikings fans to trickle in.
Ellis Gregor's drinking some Big Sky Moose's drool. It sounds delicious.
Jesus, I hope he's got a diaper. I'd piss myself.
That just sounds like a nice lager. Probably not too crazy.
So, Thomason, love him or hate him, he went to the Browns, comes from the Cleveland Browns, and how to actually pronounce it. We keep saying Kwesi. It sounds like it's Kwesi.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Pronunciation Kwesi Dofo Mensah.
Kwesi. Gotta say it 10 times. Stay in your vocabulary. Kwesi.
Oh, thank you for that. That's
how do you know that, Dirk?
Technically, it'd be K-A-M.
Yeah, he spelled it wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He put your face in my body. It's weird.
Julian Marker, he's having himself a night.
What a night.
He's watching. This is not a train conductor ad. This is old school. You can't talk about fashion.
Choo-choo.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's talk Kwesi.
Yeah, let's talk about Cam. Let's say where the hell did my thing go?
Man, Luff confirms rhymes with Casey. Kwesi. Good way to look at it.
What gets us excited about our new GM? Let's start there. Let's start talking about that first here.
You said that very creepily, but
because I'm kind of looking for something. When I look for stuff, I talk like this.
Yeah, what excites us? Here's the thing: you get all these. Our comments are blowing up. I mean, I would say majority of them are excited about the new regime, but you get a handful of everyone that's just kind of like pissed off and just like, this is gonna suck. Same old Vikings. While it might suck, nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about this guy. I mean, that's what excites me. I'm answering the question. That's what excites me is it's the unknown. It's the ballsy move. This is out of the Vikings norm. They never do shit like this. And we do not know what to expect. But what we can say is, looking at the tweets of the other GMs, other teams, what they're saying about him, everybody's excited about this guy.
Everybody's super positive. A lot of it, that's a great hire coming from even followers of our dreaded, hated rivals. A lot of positive from people who know Kwesi
rhymes with Casey.
Kwesi. A lot of positive there, and then like you said, the whole new approach where he's this analytics guy. He said he's gonna keep a lot of the same scouting department here because that's not really his thing. So. And he doesn't have roots here, so he's not tied to anybody on this roster. So anybody's fair game. He can just start taking on the bagel knife, chopping everywhere he wants. So we don't know what his approach is going to be yet, and that's exciting. But that's also kind of worrisome. We don't know what this guy's going to do. How is he going to draft? Who is he going to bring in? Is he going to be a spender? Is he going to trade draft picks? Is he going to hoard draft picks? We have no idea what Cam's motives are going to be, the way he does things, and we're going to find out, and we'll see if we like it or not in the next coming months.
Yes, it can get worse. It probably will get worse before it gets better. So his first season, he's got a lot of shit to clean up. We just did an episode an hour or two ago about his top priorities, and the big thing is if next year is just a down year, but we're making drastic changes, can't get down on this guy. We got to give him time. They signed him to a 4-year contract. I believe it's 4 years. So this is a brand new GM coming into a team that has a lot of issues. So we got to give this dude some space.
We do, but I mean, how long will it take for Vikings fans? Right now we're excited, we're happy, we're embracing him, but if he starts making moves that we're like, what the hell? Or, signing some guys that were like, that guy sucks. Or it comes to the draft and God forbid, he takes someone we don't want. Or he uses his analytics approach to take a guy at pick 12, most have going in the third round. Is that something that we're all going to lose our shit over?
No, because
how long is the honeymoon phase going to be for this guy?
We've been doing that for years anyways. I mean, look at all the guys we signed last year. They all sucked. They led us to nowhere. So let's see in the comments how much grace are you going to give this guy? 4 years, $12 million confirmed.
He's getting the full 4 years. He doesn't want to.
Why wouldn't you give him the full 4 years? I mean, this is a team that's going to be making some huge changes. I mean, granted, we don't know what they're going to do with quarterback, but there's going to be some big ass changes. 2 years isn't enough. He's here 3 years. You might as well give him 4.
I'm not saying the Vikings keep. I'm saying how much fans are going to turn on him if things go bad. How long are they going to give him?
They'll do it the first week when we go 0-1.
Dirk's got a good point there. That's the thing. I mean, if you coming in here, we're 8-9. You have a rebuilding year, and then you suck again. I mean, things could start to get ugly. If there's no signs of progress or change, or if you can't see the what is the word they say? The sunlight through the clouds.
Well, looking at Wilf's previous regimes, I mean, he went through coaches before he did a GM. So I don't see there's any way in hell he doesn't get all 4 years unless he starts off 17 times 3 is.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. That would be horrible.
So I see him getting the full 4 years. So we talked about what excites us about him. Let's see in the comments and Lupagus, what scares the living hell out of us.
Yeah. I want to let some comments fly up here, but I already touched on mine.
I mean, 2 years, it just doesn't seem enough for me for a they know they're bringing in this guy that is baby fresh, so they must be willing to give him some serious time to figure this out. It's not like they're bringing in Thomas Dimitroff, who was GM for however many years, or some crusty guy that's doing this again.
Well, the fact they gave Spielman 17 years probably bodes well for Kwesi getting Kwesi. I can't get it.
Hey, you are struggling.
I'm gonna go back to Cam, getting quite a long time. He might as well just start buying properties in Minnesota because he'll be here forever.
Be here forever.
But yeah, what scares me the most, and it's nothing really about him. It's just more about having the new GM. I don't know what to expect when it comes to the draft. It's the draft for me. I'm not so much worried about free agency. I'm worried about the draft. I don't know what he's going to be like. I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know if he's going to reach, if he's going to value a certain position over another. I don't know if he's going to throw our picks away. Very concerned when it comes to the draft with this guy, with the new GM. And that's not so much because of Kwesi. It's just a new GM. I don't know. We've had the same one for so long. That worries me. It gets me a little nervous.
I wouldn't say it worries me. It just it's the unknown. It's going to be unsettling, I'll say, as far as come draft day, because when we do our 12, 15 picks, when you really look at them, they've been some fairly dog shit drafts. Yes, we've hit on some guys. We know the guys we've hit on, which has been fantastic. But we've also had our share of just complete dog shit. Keep trading back, adding depth. Maybe he trades up and gets 2 solid starters in a draft. I will take anything that isn't the norm. Anything. I want it all screwed up because everything we've done has been horseshit.
Here's the problem, though. We're going to fall in love with some guys, and he's not going to come close to taking them, and we're going to be irate.
Well, generally, you and I are pretty wrong anyway, so that's probably a good thing.
It is true. There's
nothing wrong with that.
DM. Thank you, DM.
DM, thank you, sir. Hey, we did it. 5,000 subs. Appreciate everybody subscribing. We're going to be doing some serious giveaways this weekend.
5,000 subscribers. Man, thank you again, everybody who's subscribed, watched videos, commented, being part of the lives. Love it. It just makes dealing with this team, the ups and downs, so much better.
Yes, we have a shoulder to cry on, shoulders to cry on,
nipples to cry on.
Well, okay. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. Yeah, so, I mean, look at this. I mean, no Ngakwe trades, Herndon trades. it's easy now that Spielman's gone that we can pile on him. I mean, I was a Spielman fan. I liked him, but
yeah,
he made some very suspect moves.
Sus, as the kids say. Yeah, desperation trades. That's what those were. He freaked out. He thinks he's, going to compete, and he needs Chris Herndon to put him over the hump. And that was wrong. And now we don't have a 4th-round pick.
Kwesi that's going to be his first order of business.
Get that.
How long do we re-sign Chris Herndon for? 10 or 15 years. Bring him on.
Yeah. Yes, skull in your hole to you too, Scolger Soup. I don't know, Scolger Soup. You think he's a Patreon? I don't know if he is or not, but if you have not signed up for Patreon, be sure to do that. $2 a month. No better way to spend it. No better way to spend it.
Yeah, you don't need that holiday coffee that one morning.
No.
You Patreon. Go to work, tell everybody, hey, I'm a Patreon. I got to find the link. But so
is that nipple tears or nipple tears?
Nipple tears, I hope.
I hope so too. It really hurt to tear your nipple.
Tim Boss, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tim.
Huh?
I said thank you, Tim, very quietly. All right, you're looking for the link. Let's talk about the next Patreon link.
So, Kwesi, I mean, anything else in the comments? I mean, really, he's got his work cut out for him. Anybody who's not on his side, at least as of now, I mean, let him screw up. Let him do something bad before we completely tear him apart.
And let's quit. I've seen so much on Twitter about the Vikings missed out on polls. They didn't get their guy. You don't know who was the guy. Like you mentioned, Kwesi was number 1 at interview. He interviewed before polls. So maybe that was the guy all along. I'm not going to sit there and cry over spilled milk if we didn't get Ryan Poles, and no one knows anything about these guys. So let's just relax. Let's go with our guy. I think the guy who they wanted. They haven't come out and said it yet, but I guarantee you this is who they wanted all along.
That said, you and I definitely wanted Ryan Poles. I mean,
I liked them.
When Kwesi was brought in, we quickly changed gears. Like, fine, this is great. I mean, they were pretty close anyways, but we loved ourselves some Ryan Poles. And even though we loved him, I hope he goes to Chicago. I hope we beat the shit out of him the next 3 years, 6 times. And he's dealing with Justin Fields and bullshit. Bob 88. Ew.
Bob 88. What a guy. Lake Sakakawea.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I took a couple skinny dips in that lake once.
Gross. That lake is tainted and filthy.
What?
Well, let's talk coaches. This is going to be the big thing now we're going to be watching. Coaches, obviously some big names. D'Amico Ryans, Kevin O'Connell, Raheem Morris. Those seem to be the big names. PA, whether you love him or hate him, he's usually fairly well in the know. And I think he was talking Nathaniel Hackett quite a bit today.
He was, which is kind of surprising when I saw that. I haven't really seen him linked to Kwesi at all. But again, Kwesi came in. Poles was kind of linked to Dan Quinn, or was it Bowles or some other Caldwell, whatever. Kwesi came in with no real links, but the 3 you mentioned first, those do have strong links to Kwesi. They work together. LA worked together, or San Fran, and then also I think it was LA. So they have connections, and I think he would want to go with a familiar face. I don't know if he has a connection to Nathaniel Hackett, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. But to me, I thought he was kind of locked into Denver. We'll see what happens there. I think Denver was going to go for the Hackett route and then try to get Aaron Rodgers to come out west. But to me, of those 3, D'Amico Ryans really gets my parts tingling.
D'Amico Ryans, bring him on. I'm sold. Someone mentioned the San Fran offensive coordinator. We talked about him again in a previous episode. That guy's fantastic. There's no way. I wish he was like the, I don't know, wide receivers coach or something, so we could bring him in as our OC because it'd be an upgrade, but I don't think it's happening.
He's crazy. He looks like some nerd that has had nothing to do with football, that maybe he's never seen a grown woman naked. That's what he looks like. That reminds me of. And he's awesome. He's fantastic. He is fantastic.
He is fantastic. But so coaching wise, they're going to want to do this fast. Fast, I guess in my mind is like a week from now they hire a coach, but it's going to be I'm going to be biting my nails, biting my toes, biting anything I can find, nervous as far as seeing who the next interviews are, because this is going to be obviously with Kwesi in the mix. He's going to have a lot of say in this. So, kind of scared. I wonder. I still wonder if they're going to bring in somebody like a Dable or somebody they have Bieniemy, somebody they haven't brought in yet.
You'll be biting your nails. I'll be tearing my nipples. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think the loser of the Niners Rams game, whoever that may be, if it's O'Connell, he'll get his interview. Maybe Raheem Morris, who I'm not super excited about. And then if the Niners lose, I think Ryans will get his second shot. So we'll be all over that when it happens. And yeah, there is that wild card factor. There's even an old Jim Harbaugh connection, I think, with Kwesi as well. I saw that popping up today. So I don't think you can really rule out anybody, but I think, listing these three as the favorite, Hackett, I think you got to put there as the foursome. It's probably gonna be one of those four, and we'll see what happens. I think what happens this week will definitely help if the Vikings want to have this guy in-house sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, we can the connections. It makes sense, obviously, to bring that up, but I mean, those rarely even work out. I mean, the connections. I mean, remember when Zimmer came here? Oh, we're gonna get who the hell was the defensive end?
Oh, wasn't Justin Smith?
Not Justin Smith. Who was the other one? On the Bengals. Every time Bengals or a Bengals coach bring, that never worked out. I mean, this guy's gonna have something in his mind. Maybe he has connection with these guys. Maybe he couldn't stand them. Maybe he couldn't stand working there. We have no idea. But I would say my number one right now is D'Amico Ryans. In the comments too, who's your number one that you hope they bring in? D'Amico Ryans. I'd say Kevin O'Connell is actually, I don't know why, but he's kind of warming up on me.
Well, I mean, he's that offensive minded. It's what we wanted initially as an offensive minded coach coming from the Sean McVay tree. Unique offense, creative offense, an offense for the modern NFL, which is something we haven't really seen here in Minnesota. So that's exciting. I'm fine with O'Connell. I don't know how he is from. You look at the Rams offense, they're amazing. So I think he definitely is someone players want to play for. Ryan's what gets my parts going more than anything is just the way this Niners defense has really come on the last 3 weeks. I mean, he's got to have these guys just round up, ready to go. The game plan is great. How they shut down Rodgers. Who the hell did they play the first week? It was Dallas. They shut down the Dallas offense. So he can game plan, knows how to attack an opponent. So I'm very excited about both those guys. The rest, not as much, but I'm going to be on board with whoever we get.
Raheem Morris, he's one of those guys that every player coaches seem to love too. So I don't think there's too many people overly high on him, but I wouldn't mind that either. We'll see, but it's going to be interesting to see these next round of interviews.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like, I mean, if Hackett, I mean, he's pretty much rumored to go to the Broncos. It'd be a pretty big upset if all of a sudden he came here. Dable to the Giants. So all these other names, it sounds like we're going to have our pick as long as they want to come here.
And I think this is a pretty damn attractive landing spot. So I think anybody would. Why would you not?
How could you not love that salary cap situation and quarterback situation?
26 degree below zero weather.
What a facility.
Beautiful facility. Absolutely beautiful.
What coach wouldn't want to come here and get the Minnesota Vikings their first Super Bowl?
It's every coach's wet dream.
In every damn town.
Yeah, I mean, you can go anywhere in the state and just get shit-faced drunk.
Ed Guy Rocks breaking news. Screw Morris. He's not a very familiar, not a very popular name.
He's not. He's just not exciting. These young guys are exciting. The old retreads, not as exciting.
If Morris went to Tampa Bay with a horseshit team and had such a bad record, and he had like 10 wins one year, he would be much more attractive. He was one of those guys that really hadn't had a chance yet. Everybody would be all over him. But he went to a Tampa Bay team that was ass.
I don't think he had 10 wins. I think you're thinking Todd Bowles.
Did he? I think Morris had 10 wins. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way off here.
I'm going to look. I'm in a really bad site, though.
Billy Batts says Hackett can kick rocks, kick those things. Nobody's got Raheem Morris's.
Oh, he did. 2010. You're right. 10-6.
Raheem Morris's biggest fan.
The rest of it was pure shit. 3 wins, 4 wins, and 4 wins. That's what worries me. It's just not even 6 and 7.
Go look at those rosters. And I don't think there's a coach in the league that would have had any wins.
I'm surprised he stuck around as long as he did. That's again, any retread coach doesn't really get my parts going. So
depends.
The one retread, that did was
very short stint on a shitty team that was a hot name and has since gone and done pretty well. It gets me a little excited. If it was like if this was a guy that's coached 4 or 5 teams and failed, it'd be one thing.
Well, I told you to. I think he's got this defense he's working with right now. So how much is that him? How much is the talent? I don't know. Probably some of both. Gang. What that means, but I like it.
I'm glad he said it.
I'm sure Griff is just pumped with the news. Walt's trying to get legalized marijuana in the state. How exciting. How exciting. All right, let's go to the next topic here. Where'd I go? I lost it. Okay, so Brian O'Neill. Named to the Pro Bowl. First time ever. Exciting, breaking Vikings news. Are we all excited for Brian O'Neill, or we feel a little bit dirty for the way it happened?
I'm still seeing comments about former Bengals defensive lineman. It was actually Michael Johnson I was thinking of. I saw Dunlap, Geno Atkins, but Michael Johnson, there was one year he was very close to coming here, and he screwed us.
And then Hugh Jackson as the OC, we heard that a bunch of times, and Trent Zimmer even actually went to him. So, yeah.
All right, Brian O'Neill, he gets in because Wirfs is hurt, right? I believe that's it.
Yep.
O'Neill's just had, I mean, in the NFC, there's some very good right tackles, so he's been screwed. So I don't care he got in back way. He's in, and he deserves it.
Sometimes all a man needs just to get in. Doesn't matter how it happens.
Might be the back way, might be the front way.
And that, yeah, so maybe this will get him more national recognition because he has been one of the best. But you said it. He's just got these guys in the NFC that are better or done it longer, get more pub, whether it's just because they're on a Super Bowl team or they get more Sunday night primetime games, whatever it is. Finally, he's getting his say, and who really cares how it happens? He's there.
He's like the silent assassin.
Wow, that was beautiful. That
might be an old PlayStation game. I don't know.
If it was, you didn't have it. I still want
Patreon. Like, by the way, Matamida, last one we went live, I said if we got 3, we would give away a hoodie with the hashtag swag. And Matamida went ape shit. We looked and whatever. I mean, he had like 100 times more than anybody else. We did the drawing. Shocking, he actually won it. So Matamida is getting a hoodie. So.
Yes, who knows if he'll be on or not? We'll see. We will see.
So Brian O'Neill, that was fantastic to see. Love it.
Yeah, some Vikings news that's not GM or head coach related. So something new to talk about there. So let's talk about our quarterback, our Kirk Cousins. What is going to happen there? And if the Vikings do decide to trade him or are able to trade him, what, in your opinion, is Kirk Cousins worth in a trade? I want to see it in the comments. Then I want to hear what Wumbar has to say. What is Kirk Cousins' trade value to you? This is going to be a two-parter, so don't tell us what you think he's going to get.
Don't go with your heart. Don't be wishful thinking here. Be a little I can't think of the word. Realistic, tough word. Matamidi is in the house.
He's there. You have something to say. Wow.
We got a second rounder, we got a third, and maybe a sixth. 1 and a 4, Dirk Diggler going for it all.
Bag of sour cream, onion chips.
We have to remember that this team, who is also giving up these picks, are going to have $35 to $45 million worth of cap space.
I think it's they only got to do the 35. 10 million the Vikings are on the hook for.
A low second rounder. Griff Daddy says get a 1, but I bet we get a 3rd and 4th. I just wish he was at $20 million or something. Make that draft pick go way higher. And while we're talking about this, I mean, right when we got Kwesi today, who I'm absolutely nailing. Of course, everybody's talking. Oh, we're going to trade Kirk Cousins for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins. This is going to happen. The connection. Yeah. It's going to happen. Holy shit! Twitter would explode. I think my parts would explode.
I think you would explode,
and not in a good way.
Julius Grover, near, far.
Julius, thank you, sir.
Hell yeah, what a guy.
Raises his glass. Jefferson's Ocean Bourbon.
Whoa.
Sounds expensive. I raised my Ellis Gregor glass with you.
Me too. First beer in this.
Team's going to dump as much salary as you can. I am all on board on that. I think our hearts are going to be torn out this offseason by the players we see go bye-bye. Why would you not?
All right. So what do you think? What do you think he's worth?
I think if they were to trade him, I think the best the Vikings could do, and I hope I'm dead ass wrong, is like a 3rd and like a 6th. I mean, the 35 million is going to be killer, and Kwesi, who is probably on board with moving him just to get rid of that salary cap, because when you look at where the Vikings are, he's probably going to be pretty generous as far as what it's going to take. So I can't see him pounding his, we need 2 first-round picks for this guy. I mean, I could see them letting him go for a very small price.
Well, you keep harping on the salary, and there's 2 things I've been kind of comparing the Kirk Cousins situation to as I've been thinking about this today. You look at the Matt Stafford trade, high salary quarterback, another one who never really got over the hump, couldn't lead his team to victory. He got 2 firsts, a third, and they gave up Jared Goff. So that's the high end. The low end, you're looking at what the Carson Wentz deal was, a third, a conditional second, also a very high salary there for a guy who has, he was on that Super Bowl team for Philadelphia, but he was the one winning the championship. So those are kind of your parameters there. I see Kirk Cousins more toward that Carson Wentz side, obviously. If I'm a team that's picking in the late 20s and I need a quarterback, I would be willing to give up my first-round pick to get him if I feel that's what is going to take for me to get over the hump. I look at the Rams this year. They kind of spending, doing what it takes to make this push. They kind of New York Yankee this year, and we'll see how far it gets him. But I think that's what he could get high-end.
Mike, what up?
What I think is going to happen is that I think it's going to be more of a Carson Wentz deal, second and a third, maybe one of those picks being conditional to bump up. That's probably where it's going to end up, and I think he's definitely worth that. I mean, you look what this guy's done. We were all over his nuts when he was playing well this year. He brought the team back, but they couldn't hold leads. They couldn't hit field goals when they needed to at certain times. So Cousins overall didn't play bad. Another thing I don't know, and I think it's a huge factor in this whole trade, I don't know what Kirk Cousins – I mean, I know it from a fan perspective, just from talking to other teams that we've done these schooling with the enemies with. I don't know what he's looked at from like a personnel department standpoint, how he's viewed as a quarterback. Where did they rank him? Do they think he's a winner? That's what I have no idea. So we'll see how that factors into.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Wentz's salary was much less. So, I mean, it wasn't cheap by any means, but it was much less than what he's on the hook
he's
for.
paying like 30-something. I mean, he's 30-something million.
And the other thing you got to look at is Kirk Cousins isn't going to be the only quarterback out there. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson's already saying that he wants to move on. I mean, if somebody's going to give up an early draft pick, it sure the hell is going to be for one of those guys over Kirk Cousins. So there's a lot of competition here. It's not just like Kirk Cousins against the free agents. It's Kirk Cousins against some damn good quarterbacks, and that is going to lessen his value by a lot.
Well, and there's no saying that a team that trades from him isn't able to restructure him. I mean, that's always a possibility as well. We can't just assume they're stuck with this contract. There's ways around these things, so that can be part of it too.
I mean, the other teams that are going to be looking to actually trade for a quarterback, it's almost like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are going to already have to be off the table.
Yeah,
I mean, so it could be a little bit of a waiting game too.
And hopefully, Kwesi is patient with it. You want to get the most that you can get. You don't want to just give this guy away. The other thing is, I mean, I don't see them. I just can't see a new regime always wants their own guy. They always want their own quarterback, and that's going to be something that they're going to have eventually. Will they do it this year? Will they force it at 12? Are they going to wait to find the right quarterback? And hopefully, if you get, a later first-round pick, then maybe you can address that later. If a guy you like falls, if that's a Carson Strong, somebody like that, maybe Desmond Ridder, if you really fall in love with that guy too.
I want the Vikings to trade Kirk Cousins. I want them to roll with like a Kellen Mond / some sort of vet and just realize that next year we're just going to have to embrace the fact that next year might be a little bit gross and then go all in on a quarterback. This draft class sucks. I don't want them to take a first-round quarterback unless it's to get some crazy-ass value. I'm all for having a shitty season next year if they're building for the next 5-6 years.
That's the thing. That's the downside of I mean, if you do decide to keep Kirk Cousins and make a push next year with what you have on this roster, how far are you really going to get? You're not a team that's going to compete with the Chiefs, the Bills, the Rams. I don't think they're anywhere near that level. Yeah, you might win the division. You might get to the playoffs. Maybe you win a game in the playoffs, but that's the top end of it, and that's not worth keeping that around. You might as well start trimming right now.
You should start trimming. You're nuts.
You should see them. They look really nice. So I think it's tough. So Kwesi, you want to have some results right off the bat, but you also got to build for the future. He's in a tough spot.
He's in a tough spot. That's why he's going to have a lot of leeway. Micro Mike, Lions started to tick up a little bit at the end of the year there. Maybe the Lions are on to something. They might be winning the North if Aaron Rodgers is gone.
I thought he was going to agree with you on my ball here. That's what he was going to say. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on what happens with the Green Bay Packers. Hell, the Lions may be favored to win it all next year. The NFC North, that is.
Hey, well, all right. Let's not get overly crazy. I think Lupicus is drinking gasoline.
I wish. But But yeah, I mean, you mentioned the quarterbacks; they're all going to rise. There's some who love Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis. You see him going, like Kuiper have him going 11. Matt Corral. There's guys who are going, and these guys are going to rise for the draft, and maybe pick 12's the spot where by the time draft comes around, he's there's value there all of a sudden.
Well, I can't wait. We're going to be talking so much draft in the coming weeks. Draft up your ass and be coming out of your ears and out of your rears.
Oh, God,
buckle up.
Exciting.
Buckle up.
All right. What else is on the docket here? So what's the least we would accept in the Kirk Cousins trade offer? We talked about high end, what we expect. What's the absolute minimum that you would settle for?
Patreon link. Hail Mary here. Let's see in the comments. What if we were able to dump that $35 million Gonzo, and we're just you're starting fresh. We're not going to hold on to Cousins for one more year and then start fresh. What would you take? What would be the bottom line that you'd be fine with? Got a
Jack
third,
Cook
you got a fourth.
Vikings still haven't announced Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah because the Wilfs just flew into town today. That's probably why.
Trade Cousins for some 2x4s. Those are expensive, very expensive right now. So
are.
that's actually good value.
And by the way,
turkey sandwich, very underrated sandwich.
I think they're pretty much where they should be.
Turkey?
Really solid. Yeah, see, I was just gonna say, your boy Mateo Gallardo the Potato. You go trade. Gardner Minshew was acquired for a 6th-round pick that could be a 5th last year. You get him. You get the OC from San Francisco. How much fun would we be having in Minnesota?
Mateo Gallardo the Potato. What a name! What a name! Continues to be the best name.
He's probably a wrestler.
Shit. 2/4.
2/4.
Draft up your ass. I honestly
think you got something there.
What?
Draft up your ass.
Up your ass. Second to 5th. Appears somebody wants Daniel Carlson for him.
Yeah. Hempstead. That back.
Kwesi will work some magic. I hope so. I don't know. Did we mention this when we were talking about him, about things we love? It seems like he's very good at delegating at what he's not good at. You've already seen that with the scouting team. He's keeping them on because he basically said he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Well, maybe not that, but so this is perfect. It doesn't seem like a guy with a big ego. It seems like, hey, if you know how to do this, great, do it. And it'll be interesting to see what, like, come draft time, how he does that.
You don't think he'll make the pick?
I just don't. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch the post-draft videos when he calls him and says, "Are you ready to be Minnesota Viking?"
Hell yes.
All right, for what my minimum I would take would be a 3rd and a 5th. I think that's by my low end for the Kirk Cousins deal. 3rd and a 5th, and I'm still okay, we got something, and I'm loading some salary.
I've been a big Kirk guy. I love Kirk Cousins, but I also realize that this is not working at all, and yeah, I would be fine with anything with like a 4th and lower. If we got some change with that, great. But I'm ready to move on. And I realize the compensation, regardless of what we get, is not going to fit the talent. I mean, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback.
Oh yeah, he's definitely above average quarterback, a quarterback you can win with. You got to have a good old line. But yeah, I think a team that's ready to roll could definitely win with Cousins under center.
Derek Back is the newest Patreon.
Hell yeah, we got one.
Back. I think I'm getting it right. Thank you, sir. Woo! Hell yeah.
Hey, what if the Steelers offered you a 3rd-round pick and Dwayne Haskins?
I would take the 3rd-round pick, and then I would cut Dwayne Haskins and say, thank you.
God.
Thank you for this trade. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Dwayne freaking Haskins.
Griff Daddy, that's very nice of you to welcome. It's like he's at Walmart handing out a cart. We appreciate it.
He should be. Griff. He's the one-bar Olympics greeter is what he is. He's our greeter. You always have a job.
He's good at it.
He's got probably one of the friendliest faces I've ever seen in my life. I just want to squeeze his cheek.
Case. Everybody will always love Case. We should. Give us the miracle. On Saturday, by the way, when we do our giveaways, we're doing the 5,000 subscribers, doing the Vikings jersey, One Barn Luppagus hoodie, One Barn Luppagus hat, Pick and Shovelware, Minnesota-based company, is also throwing in a hat and 2 Viking shirts, which we'll put up too. So we got a lot to give away.
A lot of giveaway. The whole episode just be us giving away stuff.
Probably drinking some beers. Be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be a great. Sounds like a great little Saturday.
rock with Kirk one more year. That's kind of the first one we've seen really saying that to roll with them.
So you're gonna keep Kirk and then tank?
Well, maybe he's thinking the fact that we are keeping Kirk, we're not going to do very good.
I don't know.
Dirk Diggler is throwing in hand jobs. I don't know what for, but we appreciate that.
Wow.
With the giveaway.
Wow, is it like virtual?
I think Pickett's going to go a lot. I think he's going to be one of those guys that all of a sudden just shoots up the chart and is gone at like pick 5.
He's getting a lot of Josh Allen comps. The guy can run. He's big. He can throw. Malik Willis is another one. It'll be interesting to see how many quarterbacks do climb up this board. It always happens, even when you don't think it will. It always happens.
Daniil Hunter, another big decision for Kwesi. God,
he's got so many decisions to make.
He's got the weight of purple on his shoulders.
He's ready for it, though. He's ready for it, even though it hasn't been announced yet.
He's got to rebuild this offensive line. Oh man, you got to rebuild this.
He's got to get
interior.
Yeah, he's got 2 positions to fill there, assuming Cleveland's the man. But that's one thing I think we should mention, and you kind of you touched on this lightly in one of your rants, but you got to be prepared here, guys. Kwesi's got no ties to these guys. He's not going to bat an eye to cutting Adam Thielen, to cut a Harrison Smith. Yeah, sure, he respects the history and the legacy, but he has no personal ties to these guys. He doesn't have any heartstrings connected to him. So the axe could come out. There could be purple blood flying everywhere. That's
gonna be the tough part. Is the new guy is gonna come in? He's gonna start chopping off some of the salary, which will unfortunately be some names that people love, and people are just gonna lose their shit. Like if an Adam Thielen or something. I mean, he's gonna be not very popular until he can prove that these moves are for the good. And somebody mentioned, am I going to raffle his hat off? Never raffle his hat off. This is corduroy.
I think you got it at a raffle.
No, didn't. I was still bouncing nut to nut when this thing was made.
Wow. All right. So, that's
Micro Mike. Are you guys in a full rebuild? We'll find out. We will find out.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't think what's a full rebuild? I mean, you already got enough parts on your offense where I think you can compete, at least offensively. Defense is that's the issue to me, is this defense. You might just be in a full rebuild because you have to cut all these guys because they're not performing and they cost a lot of money.
Same on offense.
You got Justin Jefferson, you got O'Neal, you got Christian Darrisaw, you got Ezra Cleveland, you got most of your line put together already. You got Dalvin Cook, whether you keep him or not, he's there. Even behind him, Madison. There's pieces here you can roll with.
There.
If you keep him, you can keep him. You can trade him. You don't have to. You can keep him. So if you do let him go, you got Madison and Guangyu behind him. You got some talent there. I mean, it's not like this. Irv Smith's coming back. I mean, there's weapons. There's weapons. It's not like Jacksonville. It's not like the Jets. This isn't like pure shit fields. I'd say the Lions, but the Lions are on an uptick right now. Look like Sean, the hell's his name? Payton right now. Well, your lips are buttholing.
Helmstead, welcome back, sir. Looking fairly in shape. Cook will be gone. Seen a couple of Cooks will be gone. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anybody says somebody's not gone is just trying to convince themselves otherwise because we don't know what's going to happen.
Are you saying we'll never see Cook in number 4?
Well, we might see, but maybe not. One bar Zoolander. That was my face.
That was not Mayhem. That was butthole.
Alex, coaches we want to talk coaches earlier. D'Amico Ryan seems to be the general as far as Lupagus and I.
D'Amico.
Center, there's a damn good one in the draft.
There is. I've seen him anywhere. I've seen him top 6. I've seen him going 28. He's all over the map. Tight butthole, one bar. I never heard you call that before.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Well, let's talk a little playoffs here. Hey, we got a new Patreon, Julius Grover.
Hell yeah, Julius. JG.
Welcome aboard, sir. Griff, if you're here, we'd love you to welcome Julius.
Yeah, where is Griff? He should be welcoming him.
Page. Thank you. That's 2. Greatly appreciated.
Yes. Derek Back mentioned my favorite lines from Zoolander. What is this?
Yeah, Bradbury was supposed to be good. Jim Harbaugh.
We get another one?
I don't know. I'll look in a minute.
Sound like the same exact sound that you just said we got one from.
Jordan T in the house. That's 3 Patreons tonight,
Oh my
fellas.
God, this is
ladies.
the greatest night of my life.
Oh man, wow. Well, these lives are just gonna get. I mean, just think when we get a new coach, we got to come on and just slam dance a 12-pack. Just see what stupid shit we can say.
Yeah, it'll be so exciting. So I think it's gonna be soon. I think it's gonna be
say next Tuesday.
Where's Montemita? He predicted the day we got our GM. Maybe he can predict the head coach too.
Do we have any good bold predictions that somebody could come on?
Griff, he's greeting everybody and us.
Griff, look at that guy. Thank you, sir. Griff, welcome to the Patreon. Thank you.
What a job welcoming.
What's a bold prediction? We can bring somebody on.
They can predict head coach. How about that? We did it last week, or did we do GM last week?
I think we did GM.
Let's do head coach predictions.
Ethan, Thielen gone. Some of these guys are just, I mean, like a guy like Thielen, just be like, come on, what's the most you can pay me? I'll restructure. I'll stay. He can't want to go anywhere else. Unless he's going to chase a ring.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he could be a trade option too.
34-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah, but a good one. Patriots. That's where I see him going.
Maybe 4 years ago. All right, bold prediction. Why don't you just give us how about a bold prediction that Kwesi is going to make? Some sort of decision, player-wise. No?
Give us a bold cut.
Not feeling it?
I don't know. I'm feeling mine, so.
What was yours?
I don't know, coach. Predict playoffs. Predict whatever you want.
All right. I'll throw the link down in the description. Hop on if you want. Pretty much you can predict anything. Just make it bold. D'Amico Ryans is the head coach. Not bold. Let's see something bold. D'Amico Ryans hired tomorrow would be bold. Not legal. Be bold.
We'll make it legal.
Bold prediction. D'Amico Ryans comes in as head coach, brings Mike McDaniel to be true offense coordinator. I don't know if that's really an upgrade. He doesn't call the plays there.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Like a title change, though, doesn't it?
I don't know. And why the hell? It's one thing we never talked. Why did the Browns get a 3rd-round pick? Because we signed Kwesi. We should get the 3rd-round pick. That makes no sense, that rule.
I believe it's actually like there's something really more in depth about it. It's not just because we got someone from their front office.
No, I know it's because they developed them or something. But you think the team hiring them should get the draft pick? It's weird. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why they. Yeah, whatever.
Griff, Daddy,
what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the Patreon, to the all 3 newbies, by the way. Shout out to you guys.
Hell yeah.
Bold predictions as far as head coach. Well, who should be? I just got to get this out. Bieniemy, Leftwich, and Dable not even being interviewed is not acceptable. Like, you got to interview the guys. Get over yourselves, Wolves. And then also, bold prediction. I think we're going to get Dan Quinn. Not happy about it, just to spite the Bears for taking Ryan Poles because we're bitter like that. Wow. And at the same time, if we get rid of Thielen or Kendricks, I'll lose my shit. Everyone else can go. Thielen and Kendricks are staying. They need to. All right. Love you,
Love
boys.
it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, sir.
Griff, Daddy. Kendricks, his favorite player, favorite Viking of all time.
Right. That's right. He'll lose his shit.
All right, let's bring on the Sways craze. That handsome
What's up?
bitch. What's going on, Patrick?
How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Man.
So it's not even a bold prediction. We all know Ryans is going to be the head coach, but I have a prediction for offensive coordinator. Keenan McCardell.
Really?
Wow.
I think it's going to happen. Jefferson and Thielen both said, they want him back, and I think he's going to get promoted. Keenan McCardell is offensive coordinator.
I like it. It's bold.
That's it right there.
Boom.
Nothing but passes. We're going to pass every play.
Yeah.
No running game. No.
All right. Well done, sir.
Sweet.
I don't
Thanks,
know.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Arms.
Yep.
I don't know how long has he been a wide receivers coach? I mean, is he even ready?
He was with the Jags for, I think, a couple years. Redskins too, I think, or Washington.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Of all the coaches that could come back, he is definitely one I'd love to see remain in purple. What did I miss? Daniel Garcia, Patrick Harms just came on and boldly predicted that Keenan McCardell will be our next offensive coordinator.
Helmstead in the house.
Helmstead.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's going on back there? What are you making?
I'm at work.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Good, he's on the clock. Love
He's
it.
getting paid.
Yep. All right. So I honestly don't have many head coaching takes. At this point, I'm just kind of putting my trust in the Wilfs and our new GM, and just give the guy a chance. Then I'm gonna form my takes. But whoever it is, I don't know. I just accept that this GM and our staff know more than me and the common fan, so they're probably going to make a better decision than anyone else. So, but we'll see with the product in the next couple of years. But a bold prediction that I would have about our GM is I think he's going to be a big, we know he's an analytic type guy, so I think we're going to have a big, if you look where he came from, San Fran and Cleveland, they're both built in the trenches. So we're going to have a big trench swing. I don't know if it would have been as much put on the quarterback as we would have had Ryan Poles, because that's those are two different ways you can get to where we want to be. You can build a good team in the trenches, offense and defense, or you can have that amazing Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen quarterback, So I feel like Kwesi Adolfo is going to go more for that trench type warfare, and that's what we're going to see from our Vikings here coming up.
Boom.
Fantastic.
That's what the Niners are doing right now, right?
Yep.
It's working well. It's working well.
Browns a little bit too.
All right. Helmstead, good to see you.
Helmstead.
Keep it real, boys.
Hell yeah, you too, man. Helmstead, how old is that? He can't be that old to have that kind of opinion about I'm going to wait and see and then make my decision. That's not a typical Minnesota Viking fan. We like to make instant knee-jerk reactions, decisions. So give him a lot of credit. That's a very mature take, and took me a long time to get there, and I'm still not sure I'm quite there yet.
I'm sorry, did you say jerk?
I did.
Speaking of jerking. Hey!
Yeah, there he is.
Hey! Our guy.
So he's peeking through those blinds.
Right.
Winner of a new hoodie, Matamidai. Oh, shit. You got your old one on, man. We got to mix it up, get you different color or something.
You give him the same one? Get him the gray. Make sure you get him the gray.
Would love that.
I'm going to get him see-through.
Mm.
What's up, buddy? What's your bold prediction?
My bold prediction is, I know we talked about this a little bit, but they have a lot of crossover, so I could see it. Our new offensive coordinator will be Mike Daniels from the 49ers. Can you imagine the press conferences for the Vikings with that guy as the offensive coordinator? My goodness, there would be laugh riots all over the place.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
What was his name again?
Mike Daniels.
Mike what? Mike what?
Mike motherfucking Daniels.
Yes, there it is.
Matamidai. Always counting on him.
This tree is still up. It's almost February.
Yeah, well, maybe he's leaving up till next year. I know those locks are here anywhere.
Hey,
Mr. Hunt, what's going on, buddy?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Doing well.
Well, I think with the new GM, built in the trenches, I think they keep Cook. We get rid of Cousins. We sign a cheap quarterback. I don't know about you guys, but what about getting Gardner Minshew in here?
Love it. I would love it.
Gardner Minshew, that mustache. I mean, Jesus. We get Gardner Minshew, get him, stop that quarter for a couple of years, draft a quarterback either 2022 or 2023, let him roll. We start building the offensive line. We keep Cook. You see what the Browns are doing with the offensive line and the running game. I think the new GM's going to bring that to Minnesota. So we're going to save some money on a quarterback. The new GM's obviously going to want his new quarterback. Don't be scared. This is not Spielman anymore. Let's take a chance. Let's get a quarterback. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Well said.
Love
well
it.
said.
Aaron Hunt, he's kind of spot on with, I know where Lupagus and I are sitting. Gardner Minshew, could you ask for a better quarterback to maybe come in for a year or two? I mean, he's going to get this fan base riled up. Everybody's going to love the dude, and he's not bad. He's not horrible.
No. You sell purple mustaches, you make a ton of money. I don't know why we didn't trade for him last year. We talked about as a backup quarterback for Kirk Cousins. Why not have that guy there? And I still think you could develop this guy. I don't think his NFL career story is anywhere near being written yet. He's still got some potential, and he's just a guy everybody loves. I mean, the players are gonna love him, the fans are gonna love him. I would love Gardner Minshew here in purple, absolutely.
Speaking of people that everybody loves, I know this guy, Ed Guy Rocks.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Has he got your guitar? You can play us a song.
Yeah, damn guitar.
Earlier, so
I think he's getting his portrait drawn right now or something.
Yeah, dude.
He's just
You know what? I don't have bold predictions for coaches. I think that if it's not Ryan's, it's going to be some offensive coordinator. And, I think we could really do well with Vic Fangio, throwing him on the defensive coordinator.
Oh, I love that.
He smoked after they traded Von Miller. They didn't even take a step back, in Denver. Mm-hmm. And he was great with the Bears. That'd be great. I think my only bold prediction, I think Kwesi will do the first order of business.
It's hard, isn't it?
It was. I had to think about it for a second. I've had a couple of drinks, so.
All right.
He will fucking bring back number fucking 28, retire the jersey of AP, baby, or let him fucking play here for one more year on a super friendly budget. It's going to be awesome, and everybody's going to be like, woo!
Yes. Ed Guy rocks with the passion tonight, man. That was fantastic.
We need to get that picture of him crouch with a guitar as our shirt.
I think he possessed me. I think he was, the look on his eyes. This guy
I was scared.
Serious.
I was scared.
D. Garcia.
Always in a car.
Yeah. I'm waiting for a pizza to be ready. So I figured I'll wait in the car because the street noise was driving me crazy. It was going to be hard to hear me. So
hope you got some Pinots on that thing.
Yeah. And so it's been a while, guys.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah. I went through a lot. Had a lot of stuff going on the last few weeks, and there was really nothing to talk about other than, let's just end this fucking season and be done with it. Here it is. New GM, new year, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited for Kwesi. I'm excited to see who he brings in, hoping it's Ryan's. A lot of friends, I have a lot of friends that are Niners fans, and they're like afraid that we're going to snipe him away from them. So that's good that they're feeling that way. That means he's doing something right over there in San Francisco. And as far as any bold prediction, I think so I read an article that that the Vikings were sleepers for Deshaun Watson. And I think Kwesi, if they are to trade off of Kirk and just get rid of him, I would take Deshaun Watson anyway. That's you put that into our already Super Bowl offense, and that's that's a high caliber offense there. We got a mobile quarterback, something we've wanted for a gazillion years in Minnesota. And you throw in Deshaun Watson and you pair that with JJ, Thielen, Cook, Irv Smith when he comes back. Just pick your poison at that point.
Boom.
It's going to be a high-powered offense. And I think if we hire someone like D'Amico Ryans, then he can work on the defense, the defensive weaknesses that we have, and all of a sudden we'll go back to what the guy said before. We bring back Adrian Peterson, then we give him a Super Bowl in his final year, and then bam, everyone's happy. Done deal.
I just finished in my pants. That sounded so good, man. That was fantastic. Love it, D. Garcia.
Yeah.
Always.
Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you. Enjoy that pizza.
Good seeing you guys.
Good to see you, man.
Well, if we get Deshaun Watson, when we reach 10K for subscribers, we're going to give away a massage. You can massage Deshaun Watson.
Oh, God. Thank you. That's a little graphic. I'm trying to catch up on the comments So if I missed a really good comment, you'll have to put it out there again.
And we're going to get more into coordinators once the head coach is hired. We'll have coordinator videos up the ass. So we have purposely not really delved into that realm
that
yet.
That is a really good thing to talk about, though. Vic Fangio, how could you? clearly, I mean, the head coach, I think we all agree, is probably going to be a younger guy. These coordinators are going to have to be not old to the point where they're just super old school like we've seen in the past, like Kubiak and stuff, but they're going to have to be around the block enough where they know their shit. You can't bring in a first-time head coach, first-time OC, first-time DC. So it's going to be.
That's where I go back to McVay having Wade Phillips, having that old crusty guy there to kind of help him along as he gets used to being a head coach. And once he was used to it, and Wade was showing the door. So that's kind of, I mean, that would make sense. And Fangio would be perfect because I think your defense would also be amazing. He'd get the most out of any player. Hell, he might actually make Troy Dye look like a linebacker.
I highly doubt that. Daniel Hampshire, brand new Patreon as well. So we got Daniel Hampshire, Jordan T, Julius Grover, and Derek back. Back. I got to get that right. All new Patreons tonight.
We just doubled our Patreons tonight.
Oh, come on. That's not true.
Wow.
Yes. Right. Thank you. So before we wrap this up, I mean, we're going to be hot and heavy. Ethan Griffiths, welcoming him as well, which appreciate. Let's talk playoffs quick. What do we got for playoff predictions for this weekend? Who do we want to win? Who do we think's going to win?
Playoff
all
predictions.
That matters now is the Packers are out, so I'm in the mode where it's just like this. Anything can happen. I don't.
Yeah, it would have been better if the Bills would have won, but yeah, I'm also feeling that too.
God of sniping, bold prediction: Doug Peterson, Carson Wentz come to town. We trade Cook. AP comes in as third running back, rotating in Wangu. Wow, that's bold and very.
What's all this AP talk? I would not see this coming.
Ed Guy rocks. The look on his face, I think this needs to happen.
It inspired people or scared them. I don't know, one of the two.
All right. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the playoffs. All I'll say is Bengals. Come on. Let's root for the Bengals. How can you not root for the Bengals? Go Bengals. Go Niners. Bengals Niners for like the third time in a Super Bowl. I'd love it.
I want to see the Bengals win, but I want to see the Niners lose. I think it's going to be Rams-Chiefs is what we're going to see, which I think is probably the best game that we could get, Rams-Chiefs. That could be Bills-Chiefs-esque. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'd like to see the Chiefs lose. I'd love to see the Bengals win, but I don't think they're going to. I think we're going to have a Chiefs-Rams Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know Micro Mike definitely does not want to see Matt Stafford in the Super Bowl. I would
really?
No, he does not. Does not at all.
Sounds like sour grapes to me.
I would like to see the Bengals Niners. I think that sounds fantastic. Joe Burrow, get that man a ring.
God, I think if someone will knock off the Chiefs, that'd be amazing. But I don't know. It's a tall task there. Tall order.
I would like the Niners to selfishly lose because if D'Amico Ryans is our guy, they can just hire his ass. And I mean Rams too. I mean, if if one of their guys is their guy,
go get him. And I love what D. Garcia said, having Niners fans talking about how much they love D'Amico Ryans. So. You love hearing that, and that's what got me off Kellen Moore. Is everybody on Twitter? They don't like him. They don't want him. I talked to Jay Tuck. He said you don't want this guy. So you're not hearing that about D'Amico Ryans. That's the kind of coordinator you want, or to be your coach.
Getting excited. It's gonna be tough to sleep tonight. Tingly my parts. I'm so excited. We got our GM. It's gonna be a fun couple of weeks, couple of months with this offseason. We will be here probably multiple times a day. Jar Alexander. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit up that Patreon link. Thanks for everybody hopping on tonight. This was a fun one, and they're just going to get more fun. Everybody's going to go up and get their Vikings Gardner Minshew jerseys tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to close my eyes and know what I'm going to see. I'm going to see that guy rocks with his guitar screaming at me.
I'm glad he had that. I loved it.
I am too. Don't get me wrong. It was fantastic. I want the drawing. Whoever's drawing him, I want that drawing. That's what we should give out at 6,000.
Yeah, a picture of Ed Guy Rocks will be a giveaway for 6,000. Thanks again to all the new Patreons. All the subs.
Absolutely, guys. Keep your skull in your hole, and remember this: farting regularly can be indicative of good intestinal health.